Hi everyone, welcome to another Escapement Show. How you doing? Got myself and JCB in the house. It feels like it's been a long time. It feels like it's been ages. We had Abdul's great solar powered watch show the other day.
I've been MIA a little bit, but good to be back, mate. Good to see you, and good to be back in the hot seat.
Just have to say to the others, to everyone, Abdul's busy lecturing, doing his real job. So he's and Y2K is doing the same. He's got a night shift tonight, so he's got to make that cash. So just like to say hello as usual to a few of the esteemed viewers. Russell 996, good to see you, my friend. We're gonna do a little bit of Cubitus talk to start off with, Russell. So do you mind if I show your clip? Your little clip of your wrist roll. But great to see you in the chat. We got Kevin Hawthorne, stalwart viewer. We got the Watch Apprentice, thumbs up everyone as join, please. Yeah, if you like what we do, that's great. Yeah. Give the thumbs up, please, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Mason One, how you doing? Green Watch Humans. I'm here to watch humans talk about watches for humans. That's a mouthful, that, Mason. Blimey. Jim Miller. Morning, guys. Can't stay for the live show, but watch you later. Already upvoted. Thank you very much, Jim.
Appreciate it, Jim. Cheers, mate.
Stalwart watches tonight view with on Tim Mosso, and shout out to Talking Time with Tim Mosso on Facebook. Join that if you're on Facebook and you're a watch nerd like we are.
It's good.
Brilliant. And I saw that he was in Hong Kong and he met up with Archie Luxury. And I got some pictures. He's holding Archie's Breguet in his hand, and his Breguet chronograph, and it's really good. Yeah. Have a great show. Thanks, Jim, and welcome back, JTB. Good to see you, sir.
Thanks, Watch Apprentice. Cheers, man. Yeah, it's good to be back and good to see all you guys in the chat as well. Great to be here.
We've got confirmation we can roll away with that Restore. Thank you, Russell.
Cool.
And Mason, as always, he's got his 50 fathoms on wrist today. It's a great watch on the whole day, back in September. And he loves that watch. I think it's the 5051, I think it is. Is that right, Mason One? I think it's a titanium. I think it's a titanium 50 fathoms. Beautiful
that would be a great watch to wear on holiday, like titanium, dive watch. Be perfect,
Yeah, great watch.
Speaking of, I've got Chili Badger as well.
Chili Burger, how you doing? Good to see you. Good morning to all. And we couldn't not have Marcelo time in the chat, could we? How you doing, Marcelo? Good to see you. Yeah, he says it's a 5015 black dial, not 51 black dial. Yeah.
Speaking of what he's wearing, what do you got on today on wrist today, Tom?
I've got on the Junior Johnson, the Seca 5 orange dial.
Oh yeah, the GMT. Yeah,
GMT.
Yeah, I want to get an orange dial watch. I want to. This one's pretty cool.
Seca 5 GMT orange dial, courtesy of Junior Johnson. Thank you very much, my good friend Junior. As a gift for Christmas. It's a great watch. Really like this. Lovely dial. Micken Orange, it's called.
Have About how thick is that thing?
Not too thick.
Yeah, okay, not bad. About average for like a Seiko
Yeah,
diver.
about average. Yeah, it's
yeah, cool.
yeah.
We're coming into summer here in Australia, so I've actually been thinking about grabbing an orange dial watch. There's just something cool about orange, I reckon. So I might look at one of those ones.
Jim Miller's wearing his SMP 300 blue dial. Nice, Jim.
I'm just rocking the Transocean today. Just got that one on the mesh.
I love that mesh bracelet.
Get into focus, bugger. There you go. Yeah, cool little piece, this one. The mesh bracelet, actually, see how it's all polished. Like, you'd think it's really, like, it's quite dressy, but it actually works with casual wear as well, which is kind of cool. You wouldn't think so, but when you're just sort of rocking it with a t-shirt like I am, it's not bad. It actually goes all right. Something cool about it. There you go.
Russell's saying, did any of you guys catch a new Christopher Ward yesterday? I think only owners were involved, but I think it shows great development for a brand like Christopher Ward and unexpected. I didn't, but I did hit. One of my friends was on the Zoom call for it was like a Zoom meeting held by Christopher Ward, and it was I think it was a bit sort of close knit. Russell, I don't know whether they've majorly released. You could look that up, JCB.
I'm just having a quick squiz on online just to see if anything's on there, but no, I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Would it be on their website maybe, or give us some deets?
Give us some details, Russ. Well, what do you know about it? Is it
like, what is it? Is it worth pulling up? I don't know. I don't know. Christopher Ward. Yeah, I never really like, it never really piqued my interest, Christopher Ward, until the last couple of years, like with the Bel Canto and then the 12. Yeah, I think they're doing some pretty cool stuff these days, actually. Don't mind a bit of Christopher Ward. Yeah.
Yeah. Mason saying, while it's on holiday, so date just in the wild, the yellow gold Roman numerals Jubilee bracelet. Didn't talk to the guy about watches, so apparently wasn't a watch nerd like us. You don't have to be a watch nerd to talk about watches to someone. You just strike up a conversation. Just say, I like your watch. You know? Yeah. It's always cool. Hi, Rich. Good to see you. You're smoking a cigarette. Jim's got to go now.
See you later, Jim.
Take care, Jim. Hope you enjoy the replay.
Come by quickly, man. Good to see you. I think pull up Russell's comment. He's saying the new development is that they are doing hand finishing on an in-house movement.
I heard something about them doing hand finishing, but yeah, but it's micro hand finishing. I don't know whether we're talking real hand finishing. I think it's just on certain parts. So I don't know how deep that's going to go. I don't know how far that's going to go, Russell. We'll find out. Be interesting. Hi, Mental Jock. Good to see you, my friend. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday.
Jock, what up?
Hope you're having a great Saturday out there in the UAE. Nice hot weather. Yeah. Anyway, let's start some Cubitus talk.
Yeah. The Cubitus. It's been. I know it's sort of old news by now, but it's been a while since we got together.
Well, the Cubitus has become ubiquitous now, hasn't it? It's all over the place. It's
it's all over the place. Exactly.
So, I first heard about it when I think it was Diego M or someone on the colony showed a picture of a green dial, just the dial, and it was on one of their streams. And
that was a while back now, wasn't it? That
was ages ago. Yeah. It was we just saw a dial. We didn't know about a watch. We thought, and everyone's saying it had been leaked that this dial had come out and there's going to be a new watch. And there were some people were stabbing in the dark. What's it going to be? And some people said it's going to be a square. It's going to be a different style Nautilus because the Nautilus has been discontinued. And is it going to be a new Nautilus? So.
Cool. So they were saying that the Nautilus will be discontinued, and then this will be the new one. Is that what they were saying back then?
I think the Nautilus had already been discontinued. I think that's right, is it, Russell?
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah, it had been discontinued last year because it's been the 5711 steel Nautilus has been discontinued and was replaced by the 5811, which is a white gold Nautilus.
Oh, okay.
So,
but what about the 5712 and all of the Nautilus?
Yeah, I think all the 57s has been discontinued. The steel one, right. They were doing like Rolex did, where they really this year, where they released released all gold. No, it's not discontinued, Russell. It's just transitioned into precious metal, I believe, hasn't it? I think that's what I'm led to believe. Okay. Yeah. Fuck. So there wasn't a steel Nautilus available. I think. 5712 is still current in Russell says. Oh, right. Okay.
That's what I thought.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And anyway. So we've
got this. We got this dial, and people are speculating about what it's going to be, and then. Yeah. We come out with this. We come out with this range of watches, and one that we see is this green dial one.
Yeah.
And we got that press article that was leaked.
Yeah. Did you think that was fake news when that was released, or did you think it was real? Because I honestly thought it was fake news. I thought it was photoshopped and made up.
I didn't know whether it was fake news or not. I didn't know, to be honest with you.
Because I just thought, what the hell? This can't be real. I was like, really?
Anyway. Yeah, that was the platinum one, wasn't it? The platinum with the big date. And I didn't know whether it was real or not. But we come out with this green one, and I thought straight away, I jumped on the hate train straight away. I was like, hate it, horrible. I dislike the Nautilus. I hate the wings or the ears or whatever you want to call them. I've always hated the ears and the wings.
Horns.
Oh, Russell said he thought it was fake.
Yeah, me too, Russ. I just thought, just from the picture, and the ad just looked sort of cheap, and it didn't have like a father and son white dudes with collars, like, and straight teeth and stuff. I was like, this is not real.
Yeah. So basically, I jumped on the hate train, and I was sort of like, this is awful. Yeah. I hate it. Mm-hmm. And I immediately started, because I hated it, I decided so much. I hate hype, basically. I hate hype. Yeah. And I started associating it to so many watches like this. There's £182. Morn Jones. Had similar sort of ears. Then there was this
That one probably actually looks better, to be honest.
Then there's this Kent, or Kent, however they want to describe that. You could describe that in a rude, with a rude
yeah,
accent.
I think
yeah, Kent.
In French.
Then there's this, and I kept seeing all these cheap watches, and I kept thinking, Patek are copying cheap styled quartz watches. What's going on? And then there's there's this one which was bounded about all over the internet. It was the this main watch, which loads of people copied. Loads of people were saying it was a copy of, because they had the similar sort of wings on the side, and you know, it's sort of like had a similar sort of vibe. And
but granted, though, I mean, these are all real copies of the Nautilus. If you think about it, like, I don't think you could say the Cubitus was a copy of these. Like, these look like to be copies of the Nautilus, if you ask me. You reckon? I mean, look at the bezel, man.
Yeah, maybe.
The shape is straight up Nautilus, man. Pretty much. And
maybe.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah,
shout out to Madman joining us in the chat as well. What's up,
hi,
bro?
Madman. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Good evening. Yeah, I mean that Morn Jones one, I thought you could say, I guess, is a
but I mean,
I guess you could say that is a bit of a Nautilus copy. That
100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I mean, when was Nautilus released? Like 72 or something like that back in the day?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly when Genta released it. It was 70s, yeah.
So it's like it's the watch that other watches copy, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
So yeah, there's Nautilus. I kept associating with all these different green dials, and then I saw
76. Thanks, Ross.
it was released, and I saw all the hype that it was. It was generating, and I couldn't believe these secondary prices. I mean, it went ballistic. It went stratospheric. It went, it was going for, the two-tone was going for £250,000, £250,000, where it's got a retail of £66,000, I think. The platinum was priced on request, and this is on Chrono24. It just went ballistic. And then I saw that Russell had bought one, Russell 996.
Yeah.
And I saw his video that he sent to a friend.
Yeah.
You sent it to me. And I thought, that's actually quite nice.
Yep. Yeah. I think when you see the live pictures, it's a lot better than the renders, for sure. Yeah.
I thought it's quite a wide watch. It's pretty chunky, but it looks lovely.
I like how Russell went to the AD with matching shirt and jacket as well.
Yeah. Of course, the bomb, classy as,
That's fucking cool, man. That's very
cool. So there he is. He's doing this restoral at the AD after just buying the watch. It's coolly doing it, and it looks spot on. It looks, absolutely banging, Russell. And I started to warm to it. I really did warm to it. And this model in particular, this big date model. And then we have Thierry Stern come out with this.
Thierry.
And Time and Tide. He comes out with this quote. You're doing an interview. The haters are mostly people who have never had a Patek and never will. So that doesn't bother me. And that came out from this interview where they said, speaking of criticism, the Cubitus was leaked 2 days before its launch and caused a shitstorm. What does that do to you? And he replies, Terry Stern said, as I said, I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me. We all get attacked every time we launch something new. The haters are mostly people who've never had a Patek and never will. So that doesn't bother me. What counts for me is the result. I'm confident about the Cubitus because I have a good nose and lots of professionals who work around me who told me it would work. So he's coming out with that, but that really put me off when I saw that. Just that where they took that small quote and put it on the Time and Tide posted that. That just made me go, you know, it's like.
Can I just butt in? Like, I think, look, I had the same reaction when I saw that because everyone just took that little clip and, you know, it made him sound like a real asshole. Which, look, to be frank, he probably is a real asshole anyway. But I think it's probably taken out of context a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think what he's really saying is like, you know, I just don't give a fuck what people say. Like, we wanted to bring out a watch. Yeah. I liked it. I designed it. It's gonna work. And you know, fuck the haters, and that's cool, man.
Absolutely. If you got business and you're gonna bring something out to market, you've got to say fuck the haters and believe in yourself. 100%. Absolutely, yeah. But I must say, when it came out, it just made me think how arrogant, how it's just full of pomp and arrogance, and it just made me hate him. But then I saw this posted the other day on Instagram.
There we go.
And it was a size comparison between the Cubitus and the Santos Large. And I love the Santos. I really do love the Santos. And to see them side by side made me fall in love with the Cubitus even more. And that green dial, after mocking it against all those cheap watches, I just bring it in a bit more.
Yeah, I thought, because I was sort of like, because I thought it was fake news. I didn't believe it. I thought, what the hell is this? And then it was sort of coming out. I didn't really hate it, and I don't hate it, and I don't love it. I'm just I'm just indifferent, to be honest. It doesn't turn me on, but I don't hate it either. And looking at next to the Cartier, to be honest, the Cartier looks much more refined. If you ask me, just looking at those two just side by side, like the curves and the bezel, the finishing just sort of looks like it's on another level to me, just to my eye. But
I was saying that most of those are real watches. Is saying that I don't think photographs very well, looks better in the flesh. I'm sure, like all watches do, and he was saying that I think it's unfortunate quote taken out of context.
Yeah, totally.
Quote. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Don't you reckon, looking at those two, that the Cartier just looks like a much better finished and like it looks
like it looks so nicely finished, that Cartier, doesn't it? It looks nicely rounded and I think as well on this photo, the Cubitus is missing the wing on the side of the photo. And it makes me think, if it didn't have the wing, it would just be another rectangular watch, but it looks so much nicer. It's those wings that that pull me off in a way. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
So we go back. We just go back. So that's it. Santos comparison.
Yeah.
Oh, what's he saying? As always, the Nautilus the case is a work of art from lots of angles. I disagree with the Nautilus. I'm not a fan of the Nautilus, Russell. But then I don't know whether it's just because of the hype, and the fact that I hate hype. But I don't like the wings. It's just the wings that Rich is saying the Patek Santos, we call it. Yeah. So now we're left with now we've got the
So you've come round, Thomas, is what you're saying. Now you're a fanboy. Is that what we're
I'm not a fanboy as such. But we've got
he loves it.
We've got 3. So we've got the platinum, which is the top level one.
Yep.
We've got the green dial, and we've got this two-tone. Now it's starting to make me think, is two-tone still here? Two-tone's definitely still here, I think. Do you think this will be the most popular one?
No, I think the steel one will be. I reckon.
The steel one.
Yeah, I reckon. Don't you reckon they would bring out eventually a steel one with a blue dial? That's what I'm thinking.
There's Russell's, which looks great. I love the complications, the small seconds and the date and moon phase.
Yeah, I would go for this one, but I'm just not a fan of having like asymmetric dials. That's just not my thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But otherwise, like platinum blue dial, that's pretty sick, and the big date's cool too. Yeah, I mean, I reckon, and also the cost, right? I mean, the cost of the steel one is going to be a lot less than the other ones. So I reckon most of the punters will be lining up to get their hands on the steel one if they can. It's just going to be
Mark's saying, "Oh no, it's Rubik's Cubitus ubiquitous." Yeah, I think we're spending enough time on this anyway, but we ought to move on to the topic in hand, really, hadn't we? The Harry Winston's.
Let's do it, man.
So, yeah, I've come around to the Cubitus. Basically, it's a fairly nice looking watch. I just wish I'd take the wings off. Sorry about that, Mark. Good to see you in the chat. Bloodland 1999, good to see you. I wish the case had some more flourishes to bring on with an Art Deco realm. Yeah. Okay, so Harry Winston. Now, taking a look back at the history-making timepieces of the Opus series, which retain the best known and most important horological output of what was previously known as Harry Winston rare timepieces, which then became Harry Winston, who were bought out by Swatch Group in 2013. The Opus series started with the man who became the CEO, age 31, who was Maximilian Buser. And he had the energy and ideas and a passion for unusual horology, which were traits he took with him when he later started MB&F. And one aspect of the original Opus series was that the independent watchmakers who collaborated would gain from the larger public exposure that Harry Winston would generate, while in turn they would gain serious horological kudos from the associations with the world-class watchmakers who were practically unknown outside the watch collecting circles at the time, but became known to a broad audience of people. And many companies would keep names of makers of the movements to themselves, but Harry Winston actually were more transparent and made a point of proudly showcasing the origins of each unique collaborative Opus timepiece. And the Harry Winston brand was known primarily as a high-end jewelry brand, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like before Opus, was Harry Winston watches even a thing? I'm not sure.
Yeah, they were. They did make watches. They came out. They started off in 1932 in New York as a big jeweler, and also watches with precious stones. So they're mainly watches with precious stones. They were into the hundreds of thousands. But the Max Spitzer headed up only five of the watch collaborations from 1998 to 2005 when Handy Chassis took control of the company, and later Frederick Knapp, and the Harrison was bought out by Swatch in 2013, as I said, and hadn't seen any as exciting times as the days of the Opus series. So the Opus series really brought to the fore their watchmaking, and was really helped by the instigation of Max Spitzer heading it and taking his friend's sort of his friend's philosophy with the watches.
I was listening to an interview with Buser, and he was saying, because he was at IWC, I think, before Harry Winston, and when he came in to head up Harry Winston, he was basically wanted to go to the top watchmakers and ask them for some really crazy stuff that they could put into watches to create this Opus series, and it's sort of like the blueprint for MB&F in a way, where it's getting collaborating with the best people in the industry, but it's a lot different to what he does at MB&F, because MB&F, it's like his designs and his thoughts, and he's the in-house. They've actually developed a lot of the movements as well. Whereas whereas with Harry Winston, he would just go to watchmakers and go, "Hey, make something cool," you know what I mean? Or they would even come to him and say, "Oh, I want to collaborate. Let's get something going."
Yeah, Mason, just give your opinion quickly on this. We like to keep our people pundits happy. Escapement Show. I was hoping you'd talk about the motor chrono, but I guess you're getting on with the main subjects in the stream. So, quickly, what's your thoughts on the Moser Endeavour? Messina Lab collaboration.
Yeah, look, I'm just going to be fairly blunt here and say it's just boring, man. Like, it just looks like any other vintage chrono that's come out, like.
Hi Pedro, good to see you.
Hey Pedro, what's up? Look, yeah, it's a nice looking watch, but it just sort of looks like any sort of vintage chrono in my opinion. It doesn't really do anything for me. I thought they should have come out with something a bit more avant-garde, to be honest. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Good to see you, JJ. Yeah, my thoughts were you're right. It looked like any other vintage retro reissue, like many other vintage retro reissues. And I know that Chapek came out with a chronograph at the same time, and I much prefer the Chapek, to be honest with you.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so it didn't flow any amazing, but I didn't think it was amazing or spectacular. It was nice. It was all right. It was what, £25,000 or euros, Swiss francs. 25,000, I think it was, and I think the Chapek was about 37,000. But
I've got it sharing, just if you want to bring it up for the punters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, like I'm sure, like it looks like it's well finished and it's a nice design. Sure, like totally cool. I'm down with all that, but it's just another sort of vintage chrono.
Yeah, it looks like a Blancpain command or something, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, for Moser and Messina, I would have thought, come on, guys, give us something else. Thought it was a bit plain Jane, to be honest.
Yeah.
That blue dial is pretty cool, though, I've got to say. Sort of blue gradient.
Yeah, I've never been too much of a fan of Messina Lab collaborations, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think they divert away from the brand's identities. Yeah.
There you go. So do you want to? Should we?
Let's crack on. I'll just pull up the.
Opus sort of really kicked off in 2001 with the Opus 1. So this was the first watch with FP Jean, Thomas.
Yeah. Following a chance encounter with Max Buser and Escalator, Basel World, the collaboration with Francois Paul Jean came, and they focused most of his energy. FP Jean was focusing most of his energies on the resonance watches, which are synchronization of frequencies. And in the movement, he utilized the Opus 1, the dual balance wheels of the two independent movements are designed to provide precision as well as display two time zones. And 6 versions were created, 2 of which were set with exquisite Harry Winston diamonds. So there's the Opus 1 with the resonance function. You can see the 2 dials, so 2 time zones, and the amazing movement there. And
it's a pretty interesting move, though, Thomas, because FP Jean opened up his own brand in 1999, right? That's when, that was when FP Jean, the brand, was established. In 2000, he released the Resonance, right?
Yeah.
And then now in 2001, he teams up with Max Buser to put the Resonance into the Opus 1. It's just an interesting thing if you think about it. Like, he's got this proprietary movement, and then he's putting it into another brand as well. It's sort of a weird thing. Like, if it was me, I'd be like, I don't know if I would want to, I'd want to keep it in the genre.
You want to be precious about it, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But I mean,
I think that with a lot of the Harry Winston watches, a lot of them were fairly new watchmakers or unknown watchmakers, or watchmakers who were just starting up. And I think they wanted to publicize themselves, and Max Buser had that influence of sort of persuasive influence of sort of like getting people on board,
that's right. Because I mean, Jean was known probably really only with the high-end collectors and in that really high-end niche at that time, even when he brought out his own brand, I reckon. So, yeah, you're right. Like, this is a marketing thing and a marketing vehicle for, independent watchmakers, essentially.
So that was the Resonance one. He also, another of Jean's focuses at the time was the Tourbillon. And he, thus another 6 unique Opus 1 models housed in platinum were created with a Tourbillon and a Remontoir de Galate constant force escapement. So this is the Jean Tourbillon version that was made.
Yeah, I've seen that in the Souverain, in the Souverain line of Jean as well. We all know that one.
Yeah, I mean, I much prefer the Resonance one, to be honest with you. Because that is the epitome of FP Jean Resonance.
100%.
Yeah.
Tell me, what are your thoughts on the Harry Winston case and lugs with that 3-prong thing going on?
It's a very definitive design, isn't it? That with the 3 arms coming down and it's very, very sort of I don't know. It's an Art Deco, Art Nouveau design, isn't it? It's 1930s sort of design, 1920s, 30s design. It's very of the time. I mean, Harry Winston started in 1932 in New York, so it probably stems back to their original designs from the 30s. So it's a weird design. I don't really like it myself. I'm not a fan of it.
Well, it's interesting. We'll see the evolution of the Opus series, and that falls off probably after about Opus 3, I think.
Yeah.
Something
So
like that.
John created a final 6 Opus 1 models, which were powered by the world's first automatic movement, and you see the rotor there on these ones, and a 5-day power reserve, which was achieved with just one spring barrel, and these were covered in diamonds, as you can see on the bezel. So sticking to Harry Winston's sort of jewelry trade, you know, they're sticking to, and it's got a big date. It could almost be a Cubitus.
Maybe Russell should buy this one as well.
Yeah, so this could be the roundabitus.
I'd buy this one for my wife. This one, like, this looks like more like a lady's watch.
Well,
you know what I mean?
The last price I could get on one of these was $176,147. One of these sold for in 2015 at Christie's in Hong Kong. So that's 2015. That's 10 years ago. So
that'd be worth 3 times as much now.
Yeah,
easy.
But I would think the diamond encrusted one would be a lot more than that.
Man, you'd be in any these particular Opus 1 series with Jean would be half a million plus. Easy.
Million, yeah. So we'll move on to the Opus 2, and these are done by Antoine Prezuso, a native Genevan and Italian parentage who worked on his own admission, chiefly on inspiration, and was the second watchmaker to be featured in the Opus series. He was contacted to create plastic tourbillon for Harry Winston's freshly founded timepiece division, and when he arrived at the factory to present the finished product, he was wearing another watch they had made, and its white gold dial had a hand-engraved rendering of the arched entrance to the firm's Fifth Avenue store. And Max Buser liked it so much that he thought the design would be the natural choice for the next Opus watch. And Buser and Presurio, just let me get this right, pronounce this right, Presuiso, conceived a double-faced back-to-back timepiece featuring a tourbillon on the front and a full perpetual calendar on the back, covered by a Hunter case back. The Presuiso created 23 unique limited timepieces in his workshop for the Opus project. 11 of these were back-to-back tourbillons and perpetual calendar models, and 11 were fitted with only the tourbillon, and one model was a tourbillon model featuring a skeletonized movement whose beveled and polished bridges were set with 158 brilliant cut and 16 baguette cut diamonds, and the 38mm case also having 62 baguette diamonds on the bezel. So you see this 8W here. This is what Max Buser liked about the watch that he was wearing when he saw him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
and
cool.
That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted on the dial of the watch.
Yeah, it's sick.
Because it was above his shop on Fifth Avenue.
Yeah, the Fifth Avenue store. Yeah.
So you get this perpetual calendar on the back with a Hunter case back.
So cool.
Just amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, fucking amazing.
And then time on the front.
Sick.
And as we advance along, you get more blinged out versions.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's getting a bit.
So Tourbillon is fully blinged out without the perpetual calendar.
Yeah, no, give me the first one. But I mean, because it's Harry Winston, they have to do the ones with the jewels, right? That's the
absolutely.
Thing. So,
they're a jeweler. Yeah,
that's cool.
And the one last one that sold at Christie's in 2015 was $378,000. That again 10 years ago. You gotta be looking at $1 million now, $1 million now.
Yeah.
These are, the starting points for a lot of first generation independent watchmakers.
So this one, there was 11 pieces of the tourbillon and the perpetual calendar, and then 11 with only the tourbillon. So that's 22, and then there was one that had tourbillon with skeletonized movement. So this was a pretty limited run. Only 23, only 23 pieces in this. In this run. Yeah, so the value of these ones just now would be freaking astronomical.
Absolutely, really a lot of money. So move on to the Opus 3.
Yeah.
Now,
an interesting one. Really interesting.
This is really interesting. Now, Ronald Winston, who was the original founder, his goal was to continue the pioneering role. Sorry, Ronald Winston is the son of Harry Winston. His goal was to continue the pioneering role in the firm his father founded and to live on the creative edge, so to speak. And Winston often said, for a timepiece to bear the Harry Winston name, it has to be exceptional. And with Vianney Halter, Max Buser fell in love with his 1999 Antica watch, which is a perpetual calendar, which was Vianney Halter's first watch. And so Harry Winston took a risk and got Halter involved with the Opus 3. And that took a deliberate break from Harry Winston's modern yet understated style of design, and not necessarily conceived to be timeless, although it's become pretty legendary thanks to its groundbreaking mechanics. Multiple overlapping discs are used for the digital display of the hours, minutes, and seconds and date, and 10 little discs incorporated into the movement's German silver base plate to show these indications, including jump hours and a countdown of the final 4 seconds before the current minute jumps to the next. And to make this possible, the 53 jewel movement contains 2 separate gear trains. I think there's a picture of that. It contains 2 separate gear trains and twin spring barrels, and the horizontal notch crown incorporates 4 setting positions as well as a winding position. And the price was originally $80,000 with 55 pieces being made. But again, in 2015, one sold for $238,000 at Christie's. So that's a very different design, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So taking the Antica design language and putting it here. So you've got across the top in the blue is the hours, and then the bottom in the black is the minutes. And so it's 8:53, and then the 31 in the middle, the red, that's the date. So that's how you read the watch.
Right. Yeah. Interesting.
And so in that, see the top left, So that's where it's got 0. What happens is every minute that will flick over and count down the last 4 seconds of the minute. So it comes in at like 50, I think it's 57, 50, and it sort of counts down from 57, 58, 59, and then it ticks over 0. So it just gives you those last 4 seconds of the minute. Super weird, but super cool as well. And actually, Thomas, I'll send you a separate article which I was reading about this watch. This watch actually was plagued with issues due to the design of the movement.
Really?
Yeah. It took it like the first run of watches that came out could only hold power for a couple of hours because of the way that the movement was designed. And like Vianney Halter like abandoned the project after a few years, and they got Renault and Papy to actually finish off the design and engineering of the movement. So they started rolling out the finished product, like 7 or 8 years after the watch was launched in 2003 or whatever. I think it was 2010. That was when the actual pieces were started to be delivered. So yeah, really sort of like it looks cool, and the idea was really cool, but it didn't quite work out at the start. It took a bit of time to develop this one.
Just got a few comments. Floodland 999 saying about the strap attachments, they're recognizable anywhere. Yeah, definitely. Winston is high horology, says Rich. Yeah, I mean, with these watchmakers, definitely in the Opus series, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. What sort of gentleman can pull off a typical Harry Winston watch? I know the Rancher has one. Does he still have it, Floodland? He may have had one in the past, but I don't know whether he still has one. He flips his watches so much these days. But yeah, good question. What sort of gentleman can pull off a Harry Winston watch? That's a good question. What would you say, JCB? Someone
I don't know. I mean, obviously these Opus series are obviously dream watches. Like we us mere mortals would never be able to get our hands on one of these watches. But I just don't know really much about Harry Winston before, like outside of Opus, like what they look like. Are they diamond encrusted or whatever? I'm just not sure. So I don't mind it. I think that with the lugs and stuff, it's kind of cool. It's got its own design language. Like that's its unique thing. So that's cool with me. I don't mind it.
He says he thinks Bill Sanders has one. Yeah. Possibly. Bill's that kind of guy who goes for the horology, not the look of the watches.
Yeah. I don't like diamonds though. I'm not like a diamond. I wouldn't wear like a diamond encrusted jewelry sort of watch.
No.
Yeah.
So the Opus 4. For the Opus 4, Harry Winston entered into a more traditional cooperative state with Christophe Claret, absolute mind-blowing man, Christophe Claret, and who was already working collaboratively in the background on other complicated timepieces such as the Histoire de Tourbillon. And like all other independents that Harry Winston had worked with on the Opus adventure, Claret owned a mid-sized company employing close to 100 technicians, watchmakers and artisans, and the other collaborative watchmakers maintained smaller workshops. As Claret's specialty is the minute repeater, the Opus 4 naturally features an unforgettably example with cathedral gongs and more. It is displayed together with a manually wound tourbillon on the front, while the back comprises a strikingly large moon phase display with day. To top it all off, the limited edition timepiece with a 53-hour power reserve is housed in a completely reversible case, so that its owner can wear the timepiece either way up as the mood strikes. 18 were completed in 44mm platinum cases, while the two unique pieces were offered set with beautiful baguette or princess cut diamonds. A total of 20 pieces were made altogether. And yeah, I mean, so you could reverse this watch, flip it over.
Yeah. Flip them over.
Flip them over. So it's minute piece of this one.
Yeah, pretty cool. So minute repeater, then you flip it over, then you got moon phase with date. Yeah, pretty sick watch, this one. Pretty cool.
I like the moon phase with date. That one, the point of date.
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Nice big moon phase. So I like when you got a big moon on the watch as well. That's pretty cool. I don't like those little phases.
These were all white gold, these watches, weren't they? They're all white gold.
So they were 18 in platinum. These were. They were platinum in 18, and then 2 unique pieces. Yeah, so I think they're all platinum actually. And then
really?
Yeah, all platinum, and then 2 had baguette diamond encrusted ones as well. So 20 piece run.
So you see, there's one side of it.
Yeah. Not my favorite one, but still a pretty cool.
No, not my favorite either.
Yeah. Pretty cool. So 44 mil case, platinum, manual, 53-hour reserve. Yeah, that's it. You got minute repeater, hours, minutes, seconds, date, and moon phase with a cathedral gong, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah. I love minute repeaters. That's my favorite complication. Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
right.
Yeah.
Have you got any? I don't think you've got a minute repeater watch at the moment.
No, the minute repeaters start at about £100,000. So definitely haven't got one.
What's the bel canto? Is that a minute repeater?
That's a chiming hour.
Chiming
repeater.
Hour. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So a minute repeater is one that you set like an no, it's not an alarm watch. I'm thinking that's like the sort of JLC memo box. Yeah. But a minute repeater is it's got a lever on the side so that you push the lever down and it tells the time that's actually registered on the watch, on the face of on the dial.
Yeah.
So it'll strike hours, quarter hours.
Yeah.
Then every 5 minutes, and then amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So move on to the Opus 5. And this was done by one of my favorite brands, Felix Baumgartner from Her Work. And the 2005 edition of the Opus range led Harry Winston back to the futuristic realm that began with Fiona Holter's Opus 3 model. Incorporating with one half of the duo that is Her Work, Harry Winston and Felix Baumgartner presented a satellite hour watch reminiscent of the timepieces that Her Work produces. The secret of the watch display lies in the 3 small cubes arranged like satellites that turn and rotate as needed to show the current hour. The numeral currently used is found on the long end of an arrow that points to the minutes on the scale arched along the left side of the case. And there's also a 5-day power reserve and a day-night indicator, sorry. The 2 major elements can also be found on the back of the case, an integrated service indicator to let the wearer know when time to send the watch in for maintenances, and a fine adjustment screw that lets the wearer use to adjust the rate by plus or minus 30 seconds. 14 pieces in pink gold were made, 14 pieces in platinum, and 7 pieces in platinum set with diamonds, and 3 platinum with baguette diamonds. Total of 100 pieces were made of this watch.
Yeah.
And again, one was sold in 2015 at Christie's for $253,000. So that's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You just look at the satellite hand. That's these typical work, these rotating cubes.
That's their thing, right? That's
that's
their
thing. That's the work thing. Yeah. So you got this day night indicator as well.
Yeah.
So if you go back up to the picture of the watch, you can see the day night indicator just there.
It's a pretty sick watch, man.
That is a really banger of a watch, isn't it? I think it's probably one of my favorites so far.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So it's not rotating all the way around the hand. It's just on the left-hand side, just telling the minutes there, pointing to the minutes.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like it's retrograde minutes, right? So
retrograde minutes. So
when it snaps back, the next cube comes into the arrow. And then it clicks over that way. Yeah, it's pretty sick piece.
So this pointed arrow here.
Yeah.
As you can see, you got the pointed arrow showing the left there.
Yeah, so it's 8:30, 8:31 or something.
It's 8:31. Yeah, now. Yeah. Beautiful. Love it. Really like that one.
Got this real weird, like juxtaposition of old school and new school. You know, like the old school with the lugs, the Art Deco thing, and then you've got this whole alien spacecraft thing happening with the work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's just so.
It's more modernized and futuristic, isn't it? It's more.
Like it scrambles your head. Like
it's like a spaceship.
You have to take a minute to look at this thing and actually go, what am I looking at here? Like it's a full-on piece. Really cool.
Yeah. And I like the way the crown is just underneath, hidden underneath.
Yep.
Just so it's not on the actual. If you look at the actual case on the bottom picture, you can't see the crown. It's just hidden underneath.
Yeah. It's cool.
So it's a really nice sort of looking watch. That really nice. You see there. So it's got power reserve, the 5-day power reserve, and then the day-night indicator. Absolute banger, that.
That watch is nuts, man. Yeah, this piece is crazy. Fucking crazy piece, man. Love it. I wonder how much that would be worth now. Far out.
Yeah.
Because Urwerk, since then, like Urwerk's gone crazy. Like you know what I mean? Like it's as a brand. It's a big collector's brand now.
Oh yeah, Urwerk, one of the. We talked about them on the Quirky Watches stream, didn't we? And I mean, Urwerk and MB&F go hand in hand. As being, you know, some of the quirkiest watches out there. And wow, yeah.
Look at that case finishing as well. It's just so nice. Like really nice polished, and the shape's really cool. Yeah. I'm feeling this one a lot. Very cool piece.
Yeah, Madman likes that one.
Yeah.
Zippo, howdy. How you doing, Flipping? Good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Long time. Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, Floodland likes this one.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much universally loved by the boys. Yeah, Rich loves it. Yeah. Yeah.
Junie doesn't like it, so not this one.
Junie's not feeling it. Okay, yeah.
Oh no, I think he's referring to the last one where Bill Sanders had one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, her work, I think it's not for everyone. That's for sure. It's not for everyone.
Definitely.
It's very polarizing design. And I wasn't really a fan of them at the start, but I've come around to them a lot. I get what they're doing, and I get it. It's fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm a huge work fan. Massive. So after the Opus 5, Max Biss resigned from Harry Winston to start MB&F.
Start MB&F,
So his successor was Hamdi Chatty, and he decided to continue with the successful series of unique collector's watches with the Opus 6. And the Opus 6 was created with French-English tourbillon specialists Grubel Force, which at the time were a small independent brand, making a name for themselves with a complicated, ultra-luxurious timepieces nearly 20 years ago. And what Robert Grubel termed a beautiful adventure was in reality a watch the duo outfitted with a mechanism they named the Emotion 30 Degrees.
Yeah, look at that tourbillon.
This is a version of the tourbillon movement that inclined by 30 degrees that Grubel Force had long been experimenting with, and they made the Opus 6 very visually expressive. And the Opus 6 is available in an extremely limited edition of only 6 pieces, not unlike Grubel Force's own limited output. But in 2006, Grubel Force were only making around 30 timepieces annually. And this is with white gold. It's 46 mil, had a 72-hour power reserve, and in 2012, one of these sold at Christie's for $375. So that's over 10 years ago.
Man, that's crazy.
But you see that just where is it in the picture?
You've got two tourbillons actually. There's 2 tourbillons in this movement. One
really?
There's a large one which you can see on the incline. And then there's another one inside the movement which does like a 1-minute tourbillon, and this other one.
Really?
Yeah, this large one is a 4-minute tourbillon.
Wow.
Yeah. It's full on piece. And I love how, look at the crown. See how they've moved those Harry Winston. The 3 prongs.
3 prongs, yeah.
They've moved it from the top to the side, which is real cool.
Yeah, that's really nice, isn't it? For the crown. The crown guards.
Yeah. It's cool.
That's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, they haven't dropped off the whole design piece from the Harry Winston, the lugs. They've just subtly moved it across, so still giving a nod to that design element. Really cool.
Yeah, definitely costly service on these, Rich. Yeah.
If you have to ask Rich, you can't afford it, as they say,
That's right, Junior. That was the price that sold it for in 2012.
Yeah.
Madman Saints beyond nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a local Harry Winston boutique here. What are the watches like now, then, Rich? Yeah, are they nice? Would you buy one? Are they just jewelry? Are they just diamond embedded? Yeah, also referred to as a 2 billion.
Yeah.
Hi, Y2K. Good to see you.
Y2K, man.
Good evening, gents. I can't be with you tonight. I'm working at the moment, selling my best. Oh, you're always with us in spirit, Y2K. Good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, don't work too hard, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Floodland saying he needs 3 tourbillons, not just 2. Yeah. Good one. But yeah, this is a real banger, this, isn't it? It's I mean, Grubel Force, they're still doing that inclined tourbillon, aren't they? It's their signature, really, isn't it? In the Balancier and the Balancier range definitely has that inclined tourbillon. But so what we got here, we've got hours at the top, we've got minutes, and then is that seconds or is that a day?
Yeah, no, seconds.
Seconds. Right.
Yeah, so that's spinning around the whole time. So you got 3 discs.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, expensive stuff. Expensive stuff. So
what's this case? Platinum? What's this?
The case is, I believe, white gold. Most of them were. It could be platinum.
Let me see. No, white gold. You're right. Yeah, it's white gold.
Yeah, they tended to be, all the cases tended to be white gold, most of them. So, lucky number 7 was Andreas Strel's venture into the Harry Winston world. And an independent movement designer, watch fans may remember from his work at the Chronoswiss Chronoscope and Moses' first perpetual calendar. Strel worked on his opus under the motto, "It's complicated to be simple." And what emerged was an unprecedented timepiece with an alternating display showing either hours or minutes or power reserve indicator. So all the wearer has to do is press the crown to transform the display. And Strel's love of historical artistic movements of Art Nouveau and Art Deco inspiration are apparent in the butterfly-shaped bridges of the simple movement, like his own Papillon watch. And fortunately, this movement is most entirely visible as it practically envelops the small dial inside of the 45mm white gold case. And the Opus 7 was a limited edition of 50 pieces. The case was 45mm. It was manually wound, and as I said, it was white gold. So you see Strel's signature butterfly.
Yeah. Yeah, butterfly bridges. Yeah.
Butterfly bridges. And you press that little crown there, and it showed the dial underneath. It opened up.
Yeah. It's probably my least favorite one out of the series.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I get that's his thing, the butterfly thing, but it's just, that's not my jam. I don't dig it, man. But I think he's got some nice pieces, Strela, otherwise, but this one just doesn't work for me.
He's more a watchmaker for the masses. Well, not the masses, but a watchmaker for the industry. Yeah.
He's behind the scenes.
Exactly, he's behind the scenes of a lot of other brands, big brands, and Grunfeld and Maurice Lacroix, Chronoswiss, Moser, loads of big independents. Yeah. He helps behind the scenes making their movements for them. So he's his dial designs aren't his thing, really.
Yeah.
And again, it's lost the 3.
Yeah, they're down. It's down
lines
right
on the between the lugs.
But look at the crown. Look where the crown is.
Oh yeah, 3 tiny little lines. Yeah, it's lost the Harry Winston design, hasn't it? It's lost that the sort of
That's another thing. Yeah, it's lost that the thing that makes it a Harry
Winston. The genesis of Harry Winston. Yeah, it's lost everything about Harry Winston.
100%. Yeah, it's just become some other watch now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, JCB. It's just become another watch. Not really a Harry Winston.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's just I'm not feeling this one at all.
So we'll move on to
Let's
8.
move on.
Frederic Garinaud had an idea that the hybrid timepiece would bring together complications,
Tom, I'll be right back.
and digital electronics. Okay, JCB. Andy Chatty, however, upon meeting Frederic Garinaud in early 2007, presented him with a few challenges. Why not transform the hybrid display into a digital display? So what Garinaud and his company CSH basically created was a complicated hand-wound mechanical timepiece with the look of a circuit-controlled quartz. 44 jewels, and a 437 component attest to the complexity as to the functions such as digital hour and AM, PM, and the minute displays in segments of 5 minutes, and the front and the second time zone shown by a disc, as well as a power reserve indication on the back. Launched just before the great economic crash of 2008, this was probably not the most popular Opus timepiece, but certainly sparked a great deal of conversation at its introduction. There are 50 pieces made. It was in white gold, 48 hours power reserve, and it was 45.8 mil by 33.5 mil. Not for me, this one. It's got the Harry Winston three-lined what's it called? Lugs again, between the lugs. 3 lines between the lugs. And it's got this minute readout here with this line moves up and down, and then a 12-hour displays like a digital readout, but it's not for me.
Yeah, it looks digital, right? But it's full mechanical, isn't it?
It's full mechanical, yeah.
Yeah.
437 components and 44 jewels.
From a technical perspective, it's really cool, right?
It's amazing from a technical perspective. Yeah, you're right. But
like, how the fuck did they make that? How did they do that? Like a fully digital looking thing with the mechanics. That's crazy. But it looks like one of those Tag Heuer digital watches. Do you remember those big square ones?
Yeah, actually, it looks like something from Star Trek. You're right. Yeah. $446 gears and levers and 1 battery. Oh, tonight.
Yeah, it looks like something from the Diesel catalog or something.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you're right. It's just not. I'm not feeling it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was this? What are we up to?
Oh, yeah, yeah, we're up to 8 now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 7 and 8. 7 and 8 were probably a bit of a bit. I'd say they're misses. I reckon. 7, 8. Number 9's pretty cool when we get up to that one. It sort of gets better, I reckon.
Well, this is the back of 8. So it had readouts on the back as well. So it had 10 hours of 10, minutes of 10, and yeah. Anyway, I think we're gonna skip this one. It's just not. Yeah. It's just not doing it for me. It really isn't doing it for me. This one, Opus 9. So the 9th in the series was created by watchmaker Jean-Marc Wiederrecht and his designer Eric Giroud, who dialed for Cubitus now, who are a duo that often continue to work with Max Pierce and MB&F as well. And the Opus watch was different from the others, as day is night in a sense, as day is to night in a sense, though. And on the basis of hand-wound Frederick Piguet movement, Viedrich created two powerful chains set with Harry Winston gemstones to indicate the hours and the minutes in linear fashion. And the chain on the right is set with baguette-cut diamonds and a single garnet, which displays the hours, while the chain on the left is set with the same constellation of precious stones, displays the minutes. And the effect is as clean as a regulator. He repacked this innovation in an interesting and lavish white gold case, enveloped in a curved sapphire crystal. But in the 2009 GPHG Awards, this won the Design Watch Prize. And the case is 56mm by 48mm by 20mm in white gold, and 72 hours power reserve, and 100 pieces of this were made. But this is a much nicer Star Trek one, Chili. Much nicer. If you see how the hours work with these diamonds, there's a minute readout.
Yeah.
So this little red diamond, red garnet, signifies 14 minutes or coming up to 15 minutes. And there's the back of the watch. You can see all the different these chains going around. We go back up to the main picture. You see how the hours read out. So you got 3, 6, 9, and 12, and then in between you've got the 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11.
This one a GPHG, I think.
Yeah, it won a GPHG Design Award, that Design Watch Prize in 2009.
This one is like it reminds me of like that, that Devon Tread sort of.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Devon Tread.
But it's like with diamonds and high horology. It's this whole. This one's kind of cool, I reckon.
It's less kitschy, I'll give you that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd rock this watch. I reckon it's cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Yeah. I think this is the closest I'd get to wearing diamonds on a watch.
Yeah, because it's done sort of cool. Like, it's not just big chunks of diamonds. Like, the diamonds are actually functional. Like, they're on the chain.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah. That's like, it puts together this industrial look, but then you've got diamonds and the luxury. So it's another one of those ones where it's like juxtaposed, like industrial look with luxury, and it's done really well. So yeah.
So one of these sold for $145,000 Christie's in Hong Kong in June 2015.
It's good value.
Well, one that sold for $160,000 at Christie's in Hong Kong in June 2015 was the Opus 10. And the 10th anniversary of Harry Winston series was celebrated by a collaboration with a watchmaker whose name at the time was not yet common in the language of watchmaking. And this was Jean-Francois Mojon. And I mean, he's the he taught he was the watchmaker who Simon Brett worked under, and Jean-Francois Mojon and him and his company Chronode worked behind the scenes as a complication developer, and moreover, the Opus X, as it was called, not the Opus 10, was really a non-spectacular complication until one sees one in action, that is. Synchronized rotational motion of disc replaces traditional fixed hands mounted on a revolving frame that completes a full rotation in the 24-hour period. Each of the slightly inclined subdials, which are hours, minutes, seconds, second time zone, 24-hour display, turns within its own sphere to ensure the orientation remains constantly in any position. And they're seemingly almost like a macrocosmical solar system, they say. The hand-wound movement is outfitted with a planetary gear train, and the displays are located on individual satellite gear wheels that orbit around the central wheel.
Yeah.
So
it's like the resonance. You know how the resonance moves around, like the thing, all of the dials move around the whole dial. That's what this one does, I think. I've got a video of it if you want. If you want to check it out.
Yeah, sure. It's 100 pieces, white gold, 46 mil. Yeah, check out video.
So look, got a tab. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, that's pretty funky, isn't it? So the whole dial's rotating.
Yeah.
Just like a resonance.
Basically, yeah. This video is pretty shit. Let's see what this is. Show us the front, man. What the hell? Huh? Doesn't show it very well, that video, does it?
It showed at the beginning. It showed it a bit at the beginning, rotating round. Yeah.
A bit there, yeah. Oh well, you get the idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like that. I mean, I'm a huge resonance fan, and I really like the rotational dials.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The watchmaking is pretty cool in that one.
Yeah. So the Opus 11 was that's the back of it, as we saw in the video. The Opus 11 was eagerly waited, and by this time the Opus series was so institutionalized that it was common for collectors and really enthusiasts to run the Harry Winston booth straight upon arrival at Baselworld in order to see the next installment of the Opus series. Harry Winston also had a big celebratory party in a Geneva facility in September 2010 to celebrate a full decade of the Opus series. They invited all of the watchmakers that were involved in past collaborations. So you got all of the watchmakers there. You got F.P. Jean, Vini Halter, Christophe Claret, Felix Baumgartner, Google Force, André Streff, Jean-Marc Vidrec and Ochiru, Jean-François Mojon in that picture there. So,
yep.
All the, imagine the watchmakers you got there. You got some top.
Yeah, you got the heavyweights there, isn't it?
Heavyweights, yeah.
Yeah.
So the Opus 11 was, however, created under less of a fortunate star than other timepieces in the series. Conceived by Denis Gide, who was a co-founder of MCT, and the previous production manager, Harry Winston, the Opus 11 was a complicated experiment with a wow effect. Basically, the Opus 11's function was to sort of explode the time, the strike of the hour, apparently. And the watch was apparently slightly reminiscent of MCT's own prism numerals in that they performed a special jump on the Opus 11, although the digital hour numeral exploded before setting back into becoming the next hour's numeral. Minutes were shown off to the side of the display that jutted out from this case, while a seemingly detached escapement to pride are placed in another bubble just below the minute bubble, and manual movement had 566 components, 155 of which were jewel bearings. This did end up being a sensitive project, though, and the prototypes were lagging behind in construction. And just later, MCC basically imploded, and Dennis Jude left the company. Winston then took the project in-house, and it was thought that it was being worked on when Swatch Group were in charge, although I don't actually know whether working watch was ever completed. One of these. So the price quoted at the time for it was $230,000. But yeah, as I say, I don't even know whether one of these was actually made.
Crazy, yeah.
I don't know whether the prototypes were actually made, but
well, I've got this video. You can see the thing is mental. Like yeah, I'd be surprised if none have actually been made. Like
the number on create.
Are you getting sound? Can I just ask?
Yeah, getting sound.
A new number.
Yeah.
Then we will destruct the number on create a new number.
Watch this part. See that?
Wow.
Then it's very simple. The result, the mechanism is extremely complicated.
Rotate, yeah.
How many parts are in the movement?
There are 566 parts in the movement.
And how long does it take to put together each movement?
Now, to assemble, it takes about 4 to 5 weeks for a watchmaker.
So how did you feel about working with Harry Winston on this project?
It's fantastic. But the mechanism, put the number on create a new number.
Yeah, and it changes the
then it's very simple.
And then it changes the numeral in the middle. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So
what
the
the
numeral
hell?
changes in the middle.
That's mental.
That is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether any of those got produced, actually. It's really interesting.
Yeah. That's crazy. They made this watch and then they didn't make any. That's
I
nuts.
really like this one, to be honest with you, but it'd be a shame that be a shame if they never actually made any.
It's just the whole thing's nuts. Like, they've got these jumbled up little bits of numerals in all of the bits of the movement, and then it has to sync up and create the next number. Like, that's just nuts. Like, it's full on crazy. This one. This one's on another whole level, I reckon.
Yeah.
Full on.
Yeah.
I would love to. We'll have to find out whether they made them or not.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I don't know whether they actually did or not. But interesting. We'll move on to the 12.
Yeah.
Now this one's weird. This is a clever design by Emmanuel Boucher. Basically comprised of a jump hour function, but not a conventional one, more of an elaborate retrograde setup. Rather than a pair of hands to show the time, the Opus 12 uses the hour markers as hands. At the top of the hour, the clever markers do a little dance, it says. And that looks much like dominoes collapsing across the dial before setting into the current time display. Now, this is where it gets complicated. The minute hand moves markers once every 5 minutes. In between, the wearer can use the small central hand to read off the exact minute. This little display only lasts 5 minutes before the little hand flies back to the start in retrograde manner and the minute marker flips. So I don't know.
I've got another video that'll
get it
explain it.
Right.
Yeah. You have to see it on the video. Yeah, it's crazy.
Two spring barrels exist within the clever movement, one to wind the movement and the other to wind the retrograde time display. The movement also breaks a bit of tradition in the experiments with a more modern style of finish to fully exclude Lange altogether. This tends to be resolutely modern look. There's 46mm white gold and 100 pieces. This one, so you can see the movement down there. You can see it's got retrograde minutes, I believe.
That's 5 minutes in the middle there. That's every 5 minutes, right? Because see where the blue, like on the
we'll see it in the video.
Yeah, I'll see it in the video. Yep. I've got it shared. You can see it.
And that's the back of it. So we'll just check out your video.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool actually when you see it.
Ah, right.
Yeah, so that flips over.
Right.
So every 5 minutes, that big one will flip over and move to the next. And then on every hour, the hour one flips over.
How do you differentiate between the hour and the minutes?
So the minutes is the thin, long one, and the hour is the...
Okay. Yeah.
So we go... Oh. So there, you see over here, that's the minute.
That's the minutes, the longer one. The hour is the one, short one.
Yeah.
Right.
And then here, so here it's showing you it's 10 past 10, right?
Yeah.
And then what will happen is this retrograde minutes in the middle, that'll give you like...
Counts 5 minutes. So can you 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
And when it gets...
jumps.
Exactly. When it gets to 15, that one will flip over and jump to the next one. And
right.
And the retrograde kicks back. Yeah.
Right.
So
wow.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, this one's pretty cool.
Wow, that is cool, isn't it? Yeah. So that's totally mechanical. It's just...
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, just a whole new different way of presenting the time. I think this one's pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
That is cool.
And then what happens is when the hours flip over, they all flip over, right? They all flip over, and then it goes to the next hour. So it does like this little dance across the dial when it's the hour time.
Right, yeah.
All of these ones will like flip over, and then it'll go set to the next hour. So yeah, it's pretty cool piece. Yeah, interesting. There you go.
Interesting. So yeah, there's the back of it, which doesn't look as interesting.
Yeah.
So move on to Opus 13. Ludwig Balois wasn't as well known as he is today. And in 2013, for the Opus 13, the now AHCI member took ideas he developed while making two watches he's now well known for, which are the upside down and the half time watches, both of which were featured in the Quirky Watches shows. And this highly complicated Opus timepiece really had to be seen in action to understand, as most visible element is the outer ring, which needs a lot of energy to do its thing. Now, the ring is directly driven by one of the movement's two spring barrels. Once each minute of the ring changes, the way it looks as one of the 59 pins marking off the minute seems to jump out from nowhere to become visible. A magic trick that Balois has built into all of his watches. And the hours indicated by a triangular hand that peeks out from behind a large crystal in the center. At the midnight and noon, a sliding shutter in the middle of the dial opens up to reveal a Harry Winston HW logo. Now this one I can't make head or tail out of. This is 44.25 mil, white gold, 130 pieces, and it was approximately 300,000 release. There's the movement, and there's the back. I've got another picture of it if you want, which is more straight on. That I'll show, but I still can't make it out.
Just before we jumped on the air, I pulled up a video. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know what it is. Maybe we can watch it and see what it's about and try and figure this one out if you want.
There, so that's what it looks like straight up. So you got this triangle here which points to the hour.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you read the minute. I just don't know. It's beyond me. It's really is. It's
something to the outer ring is the minute ring.
Yeah.
And there's all of those little pins, they're minute pins. So I think one of them will tell you what minute it is.
So the ring is driven by one of the movements in the spring barrels. Once each minute ring changes the way it looks as the 59 pins marking the minutes seem to jump out from nowhere. Visible. So 59 pins.
Let's see if this video explains it.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. Oh, shit. Okay.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So all those pins move along. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, actually.
That is, yeah.
Far out, man. Yeah, this is pretty sick. 242 jewels, Thomas. Jesus Christ.
Flipping heck. Yeah, that is pretty funky, actually. Yeah.
Pretty sick, man. I like the dimensions and the case.
So it just tells you how more futuristic looking these watches are getting, doesn't it? How in time, as time moves on, they're getting more and more robotic looking, almost.
Yeah. Well, it was the sort of the point of Opus is to come out with something that's groundbreaking, you know.
Groundbreaking, yeah.
An innovation, something that people have never really seen before. And that's what's cool about it, I think. And that's why I think I sort of feel like we're probably never going to see something like the Opus series ever again, I reckon.
No, you're right, I think. So this is the Opus 14, and the Swatch Group owners, well, they bought out Harry Winston by now, and they embraced the idea of making a complex Opus 14, and it was launched in November 2015. So Swatch Group had bought out Harry Winston in 2013, and they launched this in November 2015 at a special event for it, unlike all the other watches which were launched at Basel World. And they created a movement designed by movement designers Frank Orney and John Girardin. And the watch was a sort of jukebox automation, they say. It was accomplished by creatively adding a movement and a multi-disc stack that goes up and down like a tiny elevator in combination with a swing arm that moves 3 of the discs onto and off a tiny turntable, and the wearer engages using a selector lever. The action is controlled by 2 turning rings, and the outer engages the date disc when it's in place, and the inner ring connects with and positions the second time zone disc. The 2 small index pins on each ring find indentations on the underside of the respective disc and engage, and then the turntable spins and the disc into the proper position. You can also see the teeth on the outer edge of the turntable. They engage with the pushers at the top of the watch to correct the date in the GMT indications. So this is at home time, hour, retrograde minute, second time zone, day automation, power reserve, main power reserve, GMT date. It's a bit of a funny one, this one. I'm not really feeling it, to be honest with you. 668 hours power reserve, 50 pieces made in white gold, 54.7 by 21.9 mil, and the price was 428,000 Swiss francs.
Far out.
I don't know what you think of this one, JCB.
Yeah, it's a bit it's a bit gimmicky, this one.
It is, isn't it?
Like,
yeah.
I'll show you. It's a bit, yeah. The money is nuts as well.
It is, isn't it?
You can see. It's kind of. I'll show you. There's a video, which sort of shows how it works.
Hi, Jason. Good to see you, my friend. Greetings from Aruba. Greetings from Australia and from the UK. Good to see you. Always good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. If everyone will know about Design Atelier. If you don't, check him out and watch his videos like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Good YouTube stuff. He's a great guy, and yeah, he does some great stuff. And yeah, great to see you, Jason. So let's check out the Opus 14. Ah.
Yeah, so when you press the button, it flips around. Show you the date there.
It's like a record player, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. That's alright. It's kind of cool, but
yeah, not quite feeling it.
Nike, yeah. No, enough of that.
So, I mean, a house of fine jewellery high-end watchmaking. I mean, Harry Winston was once known as the King of Diamonds, apparently, and helped revolutionise, apparently, fine jewellery design. So their watches are said to be the epitome of luxury and adorned with precious stones. So, as we said, Harry Winston are basically a jeweler, and we saw in a lot of the early pieces that we showed that they do like to bling out their watches. The series sort of transcended into more futuristic design, didn't it, JCB?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, good to see you, Abdul.
Hey, Abdul.
Hope you're doing good.
Hope class was all right, mate.
Yeah, hope class is good. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Just finished giving lectures at the university. Hope you're not too tired, my friend. Yeah, so it's an interesting one, that. I mean...
So that was the end, wasn't it? Opus 14 is sort of where...
Opus 14 was where it lasted. I mean, whether they'll come up with an Opus 15, who knows, whether they want to... But that it was all 10 years ago, this was 10 years ago. I don't know. We haven't heard much more from them, have we, Harry Winston? We haven't really heard much from Harry Winston since the Opus series, because that was them showboating them and collaborating with other people.
Yeah, well, that's right. When all those other people sort of
made the.
That's right. It made them, and then they just went into that. They just marketed their own watches and did their own thing. And obviously, Max Buser took off with MB&F and did his own thing. So yeah, I don't think we'll ever see it again, to be honest.
No.
Yeah,
a really interesting load of collaborations. I mean, we had F.B. Jean, Antoine Preziriso, Vini Holter, Christophe Claret, Felix Baumgartner, Robert Grubel and Stephen Grubel-Forcé, Andreas Streher, Frederic Gorinard, Jean-Marc Vidrec and Eric Giroud, Jean-François Mojon, Denis Gillet, Emmanuel Boucher, Ludwig Balward, and Frank Orney and Johnny Girardin. Excuse me. So,
if you could pick one, Thomas, which one would be your pick out of all of them?
As a other work fan, I'd I love the Felix Baumgartner one, number 5.
Cool.
But to try and take them on their own merits as a Harry Winston company, let me think. I think the early classics, to be honest with you, I think probably the FB Jawn, the number 1, I think were really nice. The Resonance one, the Christophe Claret one was quite nice. The rotating minute repeater, but I didn't really get the rotating dial.
No, I think for me it was number 2. I reckon the Prezioso.
And Antoine Prezioso, yeah.
Something cool about that open work sort of skeletonized tourbillon on one side, and then you flip over, and then you've got the perpetual calendar.
Let's quickly flip through them.
Sorry?
Let's quickly flip through them. So
yeah.
There's that one was quite an interesting one.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Number 9. Yep.
Number 9.
7 and 8 were like,
yeah. Grubelfuss is okay. That one was great. Number 5.
Cool. Yeah, very cool.
Felix Baumgartner. Christophe Claret, yeah. I love Christophe Claret. He does some great watches, but there's better ones. Vini Halter, I love Vini Halter, but it doesn't embody the spirit of Harry Winston as much, I don't think, that one.
I think it's maybe the colors are just a bit weird. This one here, not that one. This guy here. Oh man, this watch is cool, man.
Yeah, with the HW at the top and the perpetual calendar on the back with the Hunter case back.
Yeah, the Hunter case back. That's sick.
Yeah. But I think the classical nature of the FB Jawn, I think this very first one.
Yeah, that one. That's the first one.
Yeah, the very first one.
That's
this Resonance one.
Sort of it's hard to beat, hey. Like that's the very first Opus, and probably one of the best. And I reckon, imagine how much this watch would be worth right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
This would be worth. I would say this would go for like $2 million USD. I reckon if it went to auction right now, minimum 2 million. I reckon. What do you reckon?
Yeah, he's got to go for $1 million at least, hasn't it? Yeah.
I reckon 2, man. 2. Because think about Jawn, like just Jawn by itself is nuts. So you've got the number 1 Opus series, which is the Jawn Resonance. Like this would be in the top echelons of collecting.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
This is up there.
With only a few being made as well.
Yeah,
I reckon. I reckon to go for tenner.
Man.
Yeah, so Madman loves number 5, the Felix Baumgartner work one.
Yeah, the all work. Yeah, that's up there. That's a sick piece.
Abdul loves the case back, the Hunter case back on the number 2. Colors are a bit out there. I'm not sure which one you're referring to, Abdul. Design Atelier, Jason. You're working on a watch, aren't you? I believe you're working on bringing out a watch. So tell us a bit more about that. How's that going? I'd like to hear a bit more about that. I'm hoping that's going well. bring out your own watch, and yeah, it'd be good to hear. Good luck with that. I hope it's going well. Turn9 says Russell probably owns this. Don't be too harsh on Russell.
He probably does. He's probably right. That's funny.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. Really great to see you all in the chat. If you do like what we do, please give us a thumbs up. Helps the algorithm and all that stuff. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. What's Jason saying? Production is back and forth. Hopefully in November we can have the prototypes on hand. Brilliant. Not long to go for the prototypes. Wishing you well with that, Jason. And yeah, it's always good to get new watches out there.
Thomas, you're a fan of the Lange 1? Do you like the Lange 1?
Yeah, I do like the Lange 1. They brought out 2 new ones to celebrate the 30th anniversary, didn't they?
How good are they, man? The black one. My God.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to pull it up. My internet browser doesn't want to play with me at the moment. But I was going to bring it up at the start of the show in this one. We're talking about new releases. But that new Lange 1.
Bring it up if you want. Bring it up if you want.
My freaking... hang on, let me try and get it up. Hang on.
Jason, Junior Johnson wants to know, is it a pirate-themed watch? Because you are a pirate after all, aren't you? Yeah, you're welcome to tonight. Yeah, it's we do the show for the chat, and it's you guys we do it for. Just upvoted. Thanks for the reminder. Thank you very much, tonight. Yeah, thanks, Chili. Yeah.
Thanks, Chili. Thanks for being here.
JJ. Thanks, JJ. Is that Jason says it's a Moser meets a Richard meal. Oh, not a Richard meal, please. No.
Yeah.
Mad Mouth says the Lange 1 is a banger.
Yeah, I've got the.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah. Fuck. So back in the first run of Lange 1, the very, very first series when it came out back in '94, it was platinum, 39mm, black with these black date wheels, right? And it's called the Darth. It's been nicknamed the Darth Vader, right? Because it's just all black, and it's a really coveted Lange 1. Like that's the one all the collectors want, the original black version.
Yeah.
And after when the second series came out, the size went up to 41mm, and they got white date wheels, and it just sort of threw the. I mean, it's still a cool watch. Don't get me wrong, but everyone was still like, "Come on, bring back the Darth, bring back the Darth." So they fucking did it, man. It's not. I don't think it's 39mm though, but they've gone all black. This has got an onyx dial, so it's onyx stone dial.
Beautiful.
Oh man, it's just so fucking cool. Just such a cool piece. Love it. I would just love to have one of these, man. So cool. What do you reckon? Would you go the black or the?
I'd go with the onyx all day long. Yeah. Platinum. There's no price for this one yet, is it? I think the rose gold with the blue dial is $45,000, or £45,000. I haven't seen a price on the there's price on request. There's no price on the.
Fuck! This watch is perfection, man. It's just perfect.
Yeah, isn't it just?
It's so good, man. It's so good.
Yeah.
They just fucking nailed it. It's just one of the best Langes to come out in ages, I reckon. So good, so good.
Yeah, Jason's saying a pirate watch. You ought to do pirate watch, Jason. That's what we want from you. We demand a pirate watch from you. You are a pirate. Madman says.
Look at the
Madman says he'd be happy with either of these.
Yeah, 100%, man. This is nuts. Like just the detail, the finishing, the onyx dial. Oh man, just so good, so good.
Yeah, really sweet. Like Abdul says, yeah. Both Tonight and Abdul say they're sweet.
Yeah, Abdul loves his Lange. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see the money. What are they talking? What are we talking? They usually have it. So we got platinum. Yeah, man, they've brought it back 38.5. Oh, they're so good. 10 mil thickness for the onyx. Oh man, so good. Okay, we got no money. Yeah, they haven't given us the price yet. Okay. Wow, man, these are just gonna be like, okay. Oh, what the hell? 300 pieces. Oh shit.
Really limited edition.
Limited. Okay. Well, I ain't getting one of those then.
I ain't getting one anyway because I got that money.
Hey, well, hey, look, I had the money lined up, you know.
I have to sell the house.
Well, that was it. What else came out? I think the only other big thing to come out in the last couple of weeks since we spoke, Thomas, was the first Omega in space. I saw you talking to Casual Watch Reviews the other day about that. So
yeah. What did you think? Did you think the patina was overkill?
I think that's my only issue with the watch. Like, I really love the watch. I think it's great, but the lume is like this. It's like this orangey brown sort of color. Like, it's too dark. I haven't seen it in the metal yet, but from all of the press photos and all the renderings and everything, like, it just looks too.
I mean, you're saving for a sapphire sandwich, aren't you? Would you go for one of these first Omega spaces over the sapphire sandwich?
I'm gonna go and have a look at it. I'll have to have a look at it. Like, I'll go into the store and see, but see how like, I call it overcooked because it's just so.
Yeah, it's like a cup of coffee, isn't it?
It's just too dark. Yeah, like if it had been
espresso.
Yeah, that's my only issue with the watch. Everything else is cool. Like, I like the alpha hands. I like obviously the case is cool. The bracelet's cool. The dial is sick. But I just wish they had have made the lume just a bit lighter. And even if they did like a normal white, just no false lume, that would have been cool. I just think they just were a little bit too try hard on the vintage colorway. What do you reckon? Yeah, like
Turtle Night says it's a perfect time for Halloween.
Yeah,
that's like a great comment.
But otherwise, it's really cool. It's a really cool piece. Yeah, I'll have to go see them both. Yeah, I'm sort of getting I'm pretty close to getting the money together. So I'm just about there. Just need about another.
Billy says the lume on the Omega looks like someone has spread marmalade all over the place. Too orangey.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah. So yeah, I'll go check it out. But otherwise, it's a cool piece.
Abdul saying the dial's my favorite. I think the Fortune the lume is the reason for the weak lume.
Okay.
But I quite like it. I really like it. I love the alpha hands. I love the flat lugs, rather than the lyre lugs. I love the bracelet. I think that's beautiful. That flatling bracelet. Beautiful.
It's a fucking nice looking watch, yeah.
That flatling bracelet over the normal speedy bracelet any day of the week.
Yeah. I think this week I'll go and have a look at it in the shops and
I know Watch Apprentice isn't an Omega fan, so he says he thinks personally they're milking it.
They're milking it. Yeah. No, fair call. Look, man, there's so many speedies, like they're just milking it hard. Yeah. But hey, if you can milk it, why not? And it's a good product, it's a nice watch. Like,
yeah.
Not like they're milking it just and giving us shit. They're milking it and giving us like good stuff, Like this is a banger of a piece. I'm just a bit concerned about the lume color. I'll have to see it in the metal. Turtle Knight, go check it out, JCB. It's still a cool watch and half the price. Yeah, I'll go check it out, Turtle Knight, 100%. Yeah, I'll go put it on the wrist for sure. Yeah, that's the thing. Like someone was saying the other day, you've like Ed White is such a better watch. Like it's the quality.
It's twice the price.
They're like, fuck, man. Like it looks exactly the same as its Speedy. Like I don't like. Really? You're going to pay twice the price just because it's like a better quality watch? Like, fuck off, man. Like, Ed White's for people who just have too much money, really, and they just want to show off that they've got an Ed White. Like, why would you spend that much money? I just don't get it. Like, just get the normal
Well, it's the heritage of the movement. It's the heritage of the watch, isn't it? It's a beautiful movie. It's just a nice movement, the 3-2-1. But they used they did actually use, I read, a style of not faux patina, but coloured patina on the Ed White. Although it's lighter, a lot lighter. But yeah, I mean,
that's the original. That's the first Omega in space, if that makes sense. That one there, I think. Yeah, see that coloring is just, I don't know. We've got Jason saying, "Can we show us the watch on the show?"
Yeah, I mean, I can send it to. I'm not on Instagram. JCB's on Instagram. If you wanna. Sure.
Send it to me on Insta. We'll pull it up, Jason. Check it out. Yeah, 100%. Would you? You're not a Speedy fan, Thomas, but in your like being objective, right? Just putting your hate for Speedies aside,
this has really turned me into a Speedy fan. This was no, not this one. No, not this watch. There are some Speedies that I like. I know they overkill the range of Speedies, but I like the
CK2998.
The CK2998. I like the Ultraman. I like the I like the 57 trilogy series. I like with the broad arrow hands. I like this for the alpha hands. I like the Ed White. There's quite a few Speedies that I like. I mean, I'm not a total Speedy hater. I'm just I don't like the way they've upped their prices, but I guess everyone's upping their prices, aren't they? I mean, what is it?
I've got Jason. I'll send it through. And the first Omega in space is actually cheaper than the Sapphire Sandwich, believe it or not.
Yeah, I mean, JLC did a 40% price hike, didn't they? Just because they hadn't had a price increase in a few years. So they did a price hike to 40%, which was ridiculous. I mean, you don't raise your prices by 40%, nearly half.
Yeah, that's Jason, sorry, man. My browser version of Instagram is not letting me pull up your message there, bro. I can only do it on it's telling me to do it on my mobile app. I can see your photos on the mobile app. But
yeah, I'll make it full screen, JCB. Do you want to do it on the mobile app?
Hey? Yeah. Yeah, let's pull it up. All right, so I'll try and get a good picture of it. Here we go. So this is the, I'll get out of the frame.
Ah, Cubitus. So it's got an integrated bracelet.
Yeah.
It's going for a rectangular style design. Just put your finger on it again.
Yeah. What's the what's with the seconds? What's with the seconds hand or the second marker? It's like floating. Let's see that.
It's got a black stem with a loomed end on the second hand.
You can't even see it, the stem. It's really hard to see. There's another one.
What do you think? I mean, do you think what's everyone's opinion on? Do you think we need more integrated bracelet watches? Would you be a fan? Would you buy it?
It's very I'm getting a lot of sort of 70s vibes.
Yeah,
here.
definitely 70s. I like that. I like that TV case. I like the TV style case.
Yeah.
Definitely. I like that TV style case.
Yeah.
It's got a butterfly clasp, which is nice. I like that. Nice.
The bracelet looks very well engineered. It's got some.
It's almost a streamliner bracelet, isn't it? It's almost getting that big. I'm getting those vibes.
Yeah, I'm getting vibes from that. Yeah, 100% streamliner vibes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can. Yeah, I'm digging this. That's
so it's saying it's 40mm Le Jouperet. Le Jouperet movement, which are good movements.
Tell us about the seconds hand. I'm really interested about that, Jason. What's happening there on the seconds hand now? It's like floating. You can't even see the stem. It's there's something going on there. It's cool.
It's saying there are patents on the bracelet. It's a nanoforal deal. Wow, good.
So backside, Le Jouperet movement. Push button.
Mystery seconds. Mystery seconds.
Mystery seconds. Yeah, it's cool. I like that.
It's looking nice, Jason.
Quick release bracelet. That's cool.
So we got some feedback. Very cool design atelier. Looking forward to seeing it on the wrist. Says Madman.
Yeah.
Abdul, as always, if there's a piece around for review, let me know, Jason. So he wants to review it. Watch Apprentice saying looks really nice. The bracelet's really cool. Abdul saying I'd buy it if it comes with a rubber strap and deploying buckle. Turl Nice saying it's Moser inspired bracelet. Yeah, we covered that. Mason saying it looks pretty nice actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the dial sort of was looking a bit plain for me. Like it's just was like a 2-3 hander sort of thing. Like that's not my jam. But with the mystery seconds, I think that gives it a little bit of an edge, like that gives it that little bit of mystery to it. That makes that dial will be sort of pop, you know what I mean? Because if you just sort of look at the dial looks sort of plain, but then you get that mystery seconds. That's sort of a cool. That's a cool feature, I reckon. Yeah.
So saying he modified the Le Jouperet plates and bridges, a completely new rotor, and also comes with a rubber off the box. So it comes with a rubber strap, Abdul.
What's the thickness, Jace?
I said he sent you a video of the movements, JCB.
Okay, cool. Let me see what I can find. Just put that there.
Abdul saying that's nice. It's always great to have a package with a strap and a bracelet. It's more versatile. I agree, Abdul. Well, definitely. It's not much more to add. It's 11.8 mil. So it's 11.8 mil thick.
Okay, I'm not getting the video of the coming up on my messages, Jace. But
Crystal is also custom. Crystal is also custom.
Yeah, look, I'll be honest, it's not my jam because it's a sort of that sort of 70s sort of vibe, but I think just looking at it as an object, I like the design is cool, man. Yeah, it's not bad at all. I like
Is
it.
a rubber strap inspired by the bracelet, or is it just a plain flat strap, Jason? Is it just completely different? Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm working very hard here, man. Jesus Christ. Jason should be paying me, man. This is publicity, man. What the hell?
Yeah, it's not quite my jam, to be honest with you. It's harking back to the television screen. The rubber strap is flush to the case and similar to the bracelet.
Yeah, that's so. It'd be good to see.
Orange Loom and JCB would be all over it. It's completely new molded strap. Yeah, that's really interesting, Jason. Really nice to see that.
Yeah, it's cool. That's got some good tech. The dial has got some good texture as well. I like a good sunray dial.
Nice.
Dial.
I love the invisible second hand. That's great.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I love that.
That's really funky. I wonder whether that's on a disc or whether it's probably just on a stem, which is
How do they do that mystery seconds thing? That's crazy.
They sometimes use a disc. They sometimes use a sort of
good finishing.
See-through stem.
Okay. There you go. All right, get me on full screen, Tom.
So cool. What Brennan says he likes it, especially because it's from someone we all know.
Yeah, that's it. When it comes from our friends in the community, it's a lot better for sure.
Indexes and seconds are on glass, so it's glass. That's how the mystery seconds.
Okay. Well,
honestly, the render didn't show the disc. Interesting, Jason. So good luck with that, my friend. Yeah, we'll definitely give you a shout out when it's released, and you can send us some pictures.
Yeah, 100%.
100%, definitely. Yeah.
Did you see
Abdul says he's willing to review it. I'm sure you've got plenty of people lined up to review it. Abdul's saying, how much do you guys think it will retail? Well, I heard you bounding it about that you wanted $2,000 for it.
I was just gonna say 2,000. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. I heard you bounding that about. I would say maybe a bit less, maybe 1,500.
Yeah, it'd be good if it was like a 1 in front of it, like a 1.8 or 1.7 or something.
Yeah.
Before we go, Thomas, just check out this MB&F that I've got up on the screen, man. Fucking look at this thing. So this is
the new one that's been engraved.
Yeah,
with the engraved down the new legacy machine. Yeah, wow.
How good's this?
Yeah.
Let me see some. Yeah, look at that. Can I get rid of this?
As Dr. Prentice is saying kindly, don't forget to give the thumbs up, guys. if you like what we do. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Jason. It's always a pleasure.
We'll finish
Bill,
off
I can't answer that question, Bill. You have to ask Jason in the chat. Yeah, well done, Jason.
Yeah, it's funny. We're talking about Opus, and then MB&F has really become like my favorite brand. I reckon they're just the designs and the work and just the pieces that they bring out. They're so cool, real cool. If I could have one piece like for the rest of my life, it would be something from MB&F.
So this new legacy machine has got engraved. It's got engravings on the actual base plate, hasn't it? On the dial. On the dial. So I don't know who's done the engravings. I don't know how limited it is.
So here we go. It's a guy called Eddie Jacquet. 8 pieces.
Right. Okay.
8 pieces unique, inspired by great classics of youth literature. So they've got novels of Jules Verne, the Three Musketeers, The Jungle Book, and Robinson Crusoe.
Right. Wow.
They'll be joined by The Fall of the Wild, The Last of the Mohicans, Moby Dick, Robin Hood, and Treasure Island. So each piece is unique, and based on one of these books. So yeah, real cool.
So from Max Booster, Harry Winston to his own company, MB&F.
That's it.
Yeah, good stuff. So Jason's just saying he told his partner never discount. We'd rather give extra stuff than discount. Cases, etc. Fair dues, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. And JCB can always get a Mad One. Happy into the watch savings discounts big enough for the MB&F big boy. I've got myself a Mad One till night. I was lucky enough to get the Lucky Clover, which was a consolation prize for all the people that didn't get the work looking raffles. So we'll round it out, I think, there, guys. Brilliant show. Great, yeah. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. We had a bit of a look at some new releases and covered our Harry Winston topic and did a bit of Cubitus talk, and had a look at Jason's new watch. Brilliant stuff. Loved it. Yeah, great, guys. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one. And as I say, give us a thumbs up if you like what we do. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one, guys.
See you, boys.
Take care.
Next one.
Take care. See you later.